All right, let's open this bad boy up.
Even the packaging was nice. Here it is. Now let's fire it up and put it through the paces.
We're bumping a little 100. I'm bumping a fair amount of 60. Big old Pultec, man. Nice. That's the retro. Here's the Sontec here. Retro. It's really nice. It's so different. Nice. It's more harmonic. It's more color. It's darker. It's like heavier. I just printed to the 2A3 now, the retro. And now Sontec.
I don't want you to go. No, 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 no. And all I wanna do, yeah,
2A3.
I'm loving on you all night long. We'll be getting it on till the break of dawn. Lord have mercy on me. I'm just sitting here watching the sun disappear.
Wow, they're both fantastic. Totally different.
You are my mind all the time. Lord have mercy on me.
It actually, the retro actually makes the snare sound deeper. That's so weird. You hear that? Once it starts kicking in.
Watching the sun disappear.
Sontec.
You
Wow.
are my mind
Unbelievable.
all the time. Lord have mercy on me.
That's gonna be really cool, man. Nice flavor. Can't wait to try it on guitars.
Until the break of dawn, Lord have mercy on me. I'm just sitting here.
That is sweet. Made really nice too. I like the distressor style with all the little hash marks for recall. Fantastic, man. Wow. That thing just kicks butt. Sounds great. A little retro insert on guitars. Bumping at 100 and a little 5K. And then out. Yeah, that's nice. Wow. This is we didn't recall this mix, so we're just kind of. more than just volume. It's like got that. Yeah, that's killer, man. Yeah. That's foxy to me. I don't like. You're the 1K guy.
I like.
Yeah, I don't like that sound. I like it breathes more a little bit. But you could try this. Let's say you go to that 1.5. You could narrow the Q a little bit. Because when it gets too big, it's getting too much of that like 900 1K thing, which is gets too wompy for my ear. There's 3, 4, 5. 5 is
5 is nice.
Ryan Williams setting. That's where he puts his full tech. Man, misses it there. You see, hear it? It actually gets darker because it's missing the spot of the guitars to brighten. You see what I mean? Like even though it's bright, it's going up higher, it actually gets darker because there's not enough information up there. Man, this thing is just killer. Put it on 40. Take it out. Oh man.
So I'm cutting at 90, but we're boosting at 100.
Take it out. Put it in. Oh man, it's nice. Go back to 90. I like 90 better. Go back to 40.
40 gets in the way of the king.
90. I like 90. All right, so let's go through a little bit of what we've been doing here. We unloaded a lot of gear that we weren't really using. Some guitar gear, some excess stuff. To get a few things, kind of change it up here. So one thing we did was we traded out the 2500. We're doing the Brower thing here, which is the multi-bus vocal on A, drums, bass, effects on B, and then everything else on C, like guitars, strings, pianos. The B bus has the 2500 on. Oh no, the B bus had the 2500 on it, but we opted out for a matched pair of Yuri LA3As. Which again, this isn't set at all right now because we didn't really. Yeah, that's still working. We didn't recall this song. I just want to hear guitars with heavies. So we've got the LA3As on drums and bass, and then the 2500 still on the guitar bus. I love the way that thing sounds with guitars. It's just so mean and heavy. So that's one thing that we did, and then the other thing too is we tried out a couple of different bus compressors, and really liking the Soundtech. The GML was cool, but it was just too hard. The top end was just too harsh for my ears. It was cool, but the Soundtech was nicer. And then also the Retro to give us some kind of stereo Pultec thing, which we just got that today, so we've been kind of running it through, putting on the bus, putting it on guitars. It sounds fabulous. It's great on both. So I guess it'll depend kind of on the song, you know, where we would want to use it, where we would want to use any of these. There may be a song where it's an old school piano song, we may want the retro on the bus and then the Sontec on the piano or something. So I don't know. And then we've got the hammer too. So we've got kind of some selection there. But yeah, so the other thing we did was we had the vocals set up here, coming in kind of the way Brower does is he kind of sends the vocal, floats it, then buses those to two other tracks, and then one is set up for like a verse and the other one's set up for the chorus, and then he floats those, and then those go out to your compressors, and then they return here, which we have a Yuri Rev F 1176 Brit Mod distressor and a retro stay level, which the tube went on it, the rectifier tube, and we got it replaced, and when it came back it sounded way better. I bet that tube was kind of whacked from the beginning or something, because that unit sounded a lot meaner when it came back. So anyway, so that was how this was all set up. But and the way we run it, because we have a second year Pultec there, 1951 EQP1. So we were running that as an insert, and then all the main vocals would hit the Pultec, and then they would bus over, and then so your verse had your Pultec and your chorus had your Pultec, and then actually after the Pultec, I rerun a deresser, little de-esser, just to kind of handle any of the stuff. And I kind of just started thinking, you know, a lot of times I don't do this verse chorus thing like the way Brower does it, because it's kind of a pain, because you have to do like mute automation and on the SSL, and I don't know, it's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with sometimes. So I kind of sometimes I just don't do it, because I don't know, I don't really like doing it, to be honest with you. So, well, no, we couldn't do it in Pro Tools before, because everything was just coming to 3. So which meant we just used this here, and sometimes I would automate an EQ for the hook, but in Pro Tools I wouldn't do it in hardware. Maybe I was being lazy, I don't know, but that was kind of the scene. So I wasn't really using it. So it hit me, because then the thing is like, well, if we send out stuff to the verse, and then we send out, like, let's say this is the console's backwards. This is 124, that's 25 to 48. So this is channel 1. If I send out to 1 for the verse, and then I send out 1 for the 2 for the chorus, I can't have the Pultec on both of them, because I can only insert it on one of them. And then it hit me. I can just insert it in Pro Tools. So if I've got all my vocals on different tracks, I can have them all bus to an aux, and then I insert the Pultec and deresser on that, and then out there can go. Oh, wait a second, that doesn't solve our problem either, does it? What? Alright, so yeah, well, problem solved. We figured out. So if anybody's watching this and trying to follow this, I know this is going to be kind of confusing, but it's actually really easy, especially because this will all be a part of our template. We'll fly it in. So now let's say we've got our lead vocal. Let's say we've got you know, four tracks of lead vocal. All these are our lead vocal, let's just say for argument's sake here, and we're sending them all to this mono aux that's outputting to nothing. Then what we do is we set up like the bus. What do you call these buses?
Oh, yeah, send.
Send. Yeah, you do a send out, and you send it as you send one as output 1, one is output 2, and one is output 3. And when we set them up in the template, they'll all be muted. So 1 would be going to 1, 2 would be going to 2, and 3 would be going to 3 on the console. And we notice we've already experimented with that, and it does work. Here is 1. Here is 2. And here is 3.
Ain't no fear.
Okay? So, these would all come in as mono. I mean, these would all come in as muted. And then all you would do would be just really quick. It'd take you, like, probably not even a minute. Just, let's say we wanted to make send 1 the verse, and then send 2 would be for our chorus, and send 3, let's say, would be for our bridge. You would just see all your chorus, your verse areas. You'd highlight and unmute all these ones. And then if this is your chorus, you'd unmute for your chorus. And let's say, argument's sake, this was your bridge, and you'd unmute this. So this guy would be sending automatically. This guy here would be sending to 1. This would be sending to 2. So it'd be like this, like verse.
You fall back down into the ground.
Now into the chorus.
Into your mind. Drag you back down to earth again. Stick around for a while.
And then back to the
You
verse.
said I'd never walk
There.
alone. Here I am.
And then bridge.
All right,
And the beautiful part about this is that we could then, in Pro Tools, treat all of the vocals separately. So in the verse, if he's singing lower and more husky, we may want to take out some low end. And let's say he goes to the top end, or let's say it's a girl, she goes to the top end, and when she hits that, D above high C, that 2K is ripping my head off, I can then treat it separately here. And that is the ticket. And I'll be able to treat them all separately and get my basic levels here, and then I can do separate automation vocal rides in Pro Tools. And also, each one can have its own effects treatment. This is killer. This is absolutely killer. And all of them are going through the Pultec Enduresser. That's the ticket. Because that's what's been bothering me. That's one of the main things that's been bothering me about the mix setup, was this whole double float, send it here, then float it to here, and then having to do mute automation between verse and chorus. And it's just not the way I want to work. I'd rather work this way. This is way more me. So there you have it. And it works. Pultec is working.
You fall back down into the ground, my head.
There it is.
Into your mind. Drag you back
And the
down
de-esser is
to
working.
earth again. Stick around for a while.
Just taking off a little bit of the
You
schmutz.
said I'd never walk alone. Here I am.
And then to the bridge.
Right,
And then we can totally thin out the
Ain't no
bridge.
fear in your
And then we
eyes.
can again do the separate effects for each section. That is awesome. What's not awesome is that crappy Boss EQ that I bought from eBay for $40. It doesn't work.
Bad out.
We're also putting together my pedal board for my band Live Rig, and getting this whole thing going on with the effects loop and the Bogner, and then putting a little EQ in there so I have a volume boost for solos. And it works, except the pedal itself is kind of bit the big one. But anyway, that's it. So, yeah. A couple things too that we were doing was we were gating some of these effect returns, especially like the H3000s and the reverbs, and I noticed that they were starting to kind of, I think that sometimes the effect is too subtle for the gates. Sometimes the gates don't open, so we've taken off the gates. That's better. And yeah. So we got two H3000s. Here's a little mix rundown. This one's set for doubler. This one's set for split harmonizer. This guy's at the 533 vocal doubler, and this is the 508 dual micro pitch thing. Fantastic. Wow. Aphex 204 with a big bottom. Inserted on the console for toms. Stereo insert. Adds a lot of bottom end, a lot of oomph to the toms. It's got like a tuning function too. PCM 42 is set to really kind of a slap back. It's more of a fattener, creates a little space. PCM 70, we have the rich plate, but we added I think a 100 millisecond pre-delay.
Yes.
100, yeah. And then coming off of our vocal is our 3 buses. So the vocal then, remember the vocals are floated here, so you're not actually hearing them. They then go to 3 compressors that return here, which is the Uri 1176, stressor, and stay level. So there's our stay level, and then the stressors down here, and the top Uri. We have a Fatso, which the other thing we got to do today is calibrate everything. Got to get all our lefts and rights. Now that we've kind of gotten jiggy with it and sold a bunch of stuff and clean, and repatch things, we got to make sure that everything is working. Fatso is parallel drums. Trip Light, this is our new power conditioner. Really nice power conditioner for the studio, so we're all clean. Hammer stereo 2 BQ. Retro stereo Pultec style 2 BQ, and then Sontec MEP 250 stereo parametric EQ. So yeah, we got some EQs happening. And we got 1176 here is on bass. The bottom one, the top one's vocal. Pultec is vocal. Bill tuner, pair of Uri LA3As, which are B-Bus, which is drums, bass, and effects. 2500, which is C-Bus, which is guitars and keyboards and strings. And again, they're kind of set. They kind of, the B-Bus pumps more to the music, and then the C-Bus whooshes more, so you get some kind of multi-motion. Pair of custom-made boilers. The mods, we insert them on kick and snare. Uri 1178 inserted on left and right. Background vocals. Got a Sans amp for a little grime on the bass. PB Cosmo subharmonic generator. We use kind of in parallel, kind of with the parallel compression on bass and drums. And then we've got a Furman Punch 10 that we insert just on kick and snare. Gives a little bit of oomph on the bottom. Very nice. Brand Avro 1023 and a vintage new 1073. Using the EQs on kick and bass for mixing. And that's the other thing I want to test too. This we've been using the Brent Avro MPF kind of at the end of our mix, just to get our left and right balance. I want to take it out and see how it sounds without it. I do remember. All right, so we were all right. So coming off of the program insert, which is your master bus insert, we would go through EQs, and then we were also ending it going through these Neves, these Brent Avro 1073s, kind of using them to balance the console. And I don't know, I think at the time I thought I liked them, and they do sound great, but we've been messing around with going back and using the quad bus compressor, because we were not using it for a while, but we were messing with it, with using the quad bus compressor a little bit. And so we took everything out of the bus, and all we put on the program insert, which is the bus insert, now is the Sontec. So instead of having all these different EQs and using the Neves, we're just experimenting with getting this bus compressor, because the Neves did a kind of a cool thing at the end of this chain. And I don't know what they did, is kind of added a little bit of a harmonic thing. But I think I don't know. I'm trying to simplify this, and also I did 100 records with them on the master bus, and I'm kind of like looking for a bit of a different sound now. And anyway, so this is now with the quad bus, just tapping.
I don't want you to go. No.
Would you check left and right, Woody? Check left and right. This should be right, right,
Right?
right,
Right?
and left.
Left, yeah.
Right.
I don't want you to go. No. And all I wanna do, yeah, is throw my loving on you. All night long, we'll be getting it on to the break of dawn. Lord,
Let's just kind of leave it the way we've been messing with it.
baby, you know. I don't want you to go.
This is not a perfect recall either because we've been messing with this, but it's close. This is where we're at now. This is the original right here. The original mix and new mix. And Sontec is killer, man. And that's the Sontec only on the bus, on the program now. And a little quad compressor. Ah, that's great.
Baby, you know, I don't want you to go. No. And all I wanna do, yeah, is throw my love
Original mix.
all night long. We'll be getting it on
New
to
mix.
the break of dawn. Lord have mercy on.
Wow.
Now, baby, you know.
Yeah. Me too. Hey, is that Derek Smalls? Seems like we've been messing with cables forever here. We're just totally changing it
What
up.
happens when you have a studio?
Yeah. All right. That's it, man. I'm ready to go with this. So what we have to do is calibrate this place.
Also, why don't we try putting the retro on the C bus before the 2500?
Yeah, we could try that. That could be a little bit too much of a good thing, though, because the retro and the API have, they share a certain DNA.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they give that dark, fattening thickness. I don't know. We'll try it.
I mean, we had it when we just had it inserted on 41
Yeah.
and 42, and we liked it. And we've got loads of top end on the SSL if we need it, and on the retro.
Yeah, we'll mess with it.